Today I am filming the 2021 AMG E63 sedan. As you guys can see, it's right behind me. My tester is painted in this beautiful shade of white. I do like the exterior color here with the black accents. But looking here at the front fascia here of the E63 sedan, this car is bold, it's aggressive. I like the low stance that this car has. Looking at the panoramic grille here, this does have 13 vertical slats here. It does have these large openings here because my tester has the company's 4-liter bi-turbo engine. The thing makes over 600 horsepower, so it needs a lot of cooling to keep that V8 cool, and it's a handcrafted engine, of course, because it's an AMG. There's this front-facing camera, and the 3-pointed Mercedes emblem here is enlarged. This does house the dynamic radar cruise control. There's your AMG badge here. It also has front parking sensors here in the front fascia with some gloss black trim. I like the aluminum trim here in the front lip splitter as well. Looking at these headlights here, they are adaptive and they swivel. This does have an LED turn signal with an LED daytime running light with an automatic low and high beam. And like I mentioned, this car does have the company's 4-liter bi-turbo engine, so it needs a lot of cooling, so that's why these areas down here are enlarged. But making our way to the side profile, looking here at these tires and rim setup here, these are part of a $2,000 option. These rotors are cross-drilled and ventilated. I like the red brake calipers here. They're Pacific AMG brakes. These are a 265/55 Michelin Pilot Sport 4S. So pretty sticky tires here that Mercedes throws on the E63. And in the rear, you get a 295 to give this thing more of a grip. Like I mentioned, this car makes over 600 horsepower. Looking here at the badging here, I like this boomerang style design here. There's just a V8 bi-turbo to let everyone know that you have the V8 option, plus the 4MATIC all-wheel drive system. So it does have all-wheel drive as standard. There's this carbon fiber mirror cap here with an LED side marker. My Tesla does have a panoramic sunroof for $1,000. I would highly recommend getting the panoramic sunroof. Making our way to the rear here of the E63. Looking at these LED tail lights, there's gonna be an LED turn signal, brake light, and LED reverse light. There's your AMG badge there. There's this carbon fiber rear spoiler here to give this thing more downforce. Also with the 3-pointed Mercedes emblem, and your E63 S badge here with some chrome trim here. There's a standard backup camera there with LED lights for the tag. And down here, Mercedes does throw in these quad tip exhausts. I like the titanium finish here. This does have rear parking sensors. I actually like the rear diffuser. It looks aggressive. Open up the cargo capacity back here. This does have a power opening trunk. Mercedes says you get 13.1 cubic feet of space. And underneath here, Mercedes does throw in some storage because it does come equipped with run flat tires. And pulling this little tray out here, you can push this down to give you like a storage bin. If you don't want to do that, you can just press this button here and it will basically fold back up and push it back in. So honestly, that does have a nice feature. But overall, let's hop into the interior of the 2021 AMG E63 sedan. So I'm sitting inside the interior of the 2021 AMG E63 sedan here. Looking at this interior, Mercedes is known for having one of the most luxurious interiors in the industry here. My Tesla has the carbon fiber and yellow stitching splashed throughout this interior here, but shutting the door here of the E63, the door sounds pretty solid. And I'm sad to report Mercedes does not offer a soft closing door here on the E63, but the door sounds pretty solid. But to start up the E63 here, just put your foot on the brake and press the start stop button right here. My Tesla has the company's 4-liter bi-turbo V8 engine. Looking at the door panel material, is going to be a real leather here on the door panel with yellow stitching. There's carbon fiber here on the door panel. It's going to have 3-level heated and cooled seats. You can turn both of them on if you would like. There's this real metal speaker cover here with the Burmester sound system, which sounds pretty good. 3-person memory seats here. Your seating controls are here on the door panel. There's a real metal door handle here, your lock controls. This yellow stitching, there's going to be ambient lighting throughout this interior. Mercedes is known for having one of the best ambient lighting throughout this interior. As you guys can see, my Tesla has the MBUX system, so when you say, hey Mercedes, it will come on, but you can turn it off through the infotainment system there. Nice grab handle here. More yellow stitching here on the door panel. It's going to be padded here to rest your elbows, and down here it's going to be a cup holder with additional storage. Also your trunk release. There's headlight controls are going to be here. My Tesla does have a heated steering wheel function. You switch away from you to turn it on. It does display on the gauge cluster there, and to turn it off, you switch it towards you to turn the heated function off. Your one wiper stock and turn signal stock are going to be there. My Tesla has these enlarged paddle shifters. They're going to be real metal paddle shifters. There's these touch sensitive controls here on the steering wheel. My Tesla does have adaptive cruise control with foreclosure warning. Your stability control is here. You can turn it on and off. This does have a AMG Dynamics, which shows you advanced, pro, and basic. It does display here on the actual 12.3-inch display there. You can also customize the drive mode selector here to go into a Sport Plus, also a race mode. As you guys can hear, it opens up the baffle. My Tesla, like I mentioned, has the company's 4-liter V8 bi-turbo engine. Just in case that's going to be too loud for your neighbors, you can put this thing in comfort so it can be quiet, so the exhaust won't basically wake up your neighbors and whatnot. My Tesla does have this heads-up display here. You can customize that. This is leather here with the nice yellow stitching here on the dashboard. I like the aluminum trim and metal trim here that my Tesla has. This also has a two 12.3-inch displays as standard. This does have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. To connect to the Apple CarPlay here, you have to use a USB-C there. My iPhone 12 Pro Max fits in here just fine. There is a wireless phone charger in there. There's two cup holders here. This is the key fob here for the E63 here. As you guys can see, it does have a lock, unlock, your Mercedes emblem there, a panic button, also the trunk release, and your AMG badge is at the bottom of the key fob. The key fob does feel nice and sturdy in my hands. You can keep this in your purse or in your pocket. Closing this bag, this does have carbon fiber splashed throughout the center console here with more of that yellow stitching here. Your AMG badge is there. There's these toggle switches for the dual climate control. Like I mentioned, the 3-level heated and cooled seats are going to be on the actual door panels there. There's these 4 air vents. You can open and close them. It does have a nice tactile sound to them. Like I mentioned, these 12.3-inch displays are beautiful. Like I mentioned, my Tesla does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You can customize the screen here by using the touch-sensitive buttons here on the steering wheel, or you use this trackpad down here if you would like, or you can touch the screen. Like I mentioned, my Tesla does have the MBUX system, so you can say, "Hey Mercedes." Well, she works when she wants to work, because I say, "Hey Mercedes," and normally, there you guys go, she will respond, "Can you show me to the nearest gas station?"
Here is what I found. Which one should I select?
And once you do that, it will basically, once she shows you to the gas station, wherever you want to go, it does have the augmented reality. So this thing has turn-by-turn navigation. It will display the street sign up here on the actual 12.3-inch display there. And to put the E63 into reverse here, you put your foot on the brake, of course, and you swipe up here with the stock there to go into reverse. My Tesla does have this beautiful high-resolution camera here that Mercedes is known for. It does have a top-down 360 view, backup camera. There's going to be different angles throughout this vehicle here, as you guys can see. It does show you the side and angle here of the E63, just in case you don't want to curb your 20-inch forged wheels, which are like a $2,000 option. And to put into park here, just click this button there. It goes into park. Down here is going to be for your drive mode selector there. It does have a individual, slippery, comfort, sport plus, also a race mode. Like I mentioned, you guys will hear the baffles will open and whatnot. Down here is for the suspension. You can put this thing in a comfort or sport mode or race mode, however you like to have the suspension set up. There's the stability control here. You can close and open the baffle here. There's a automatic start stop. You can also access the cameras here. There's some heart buttons here for the telephone, for the map, radio. Also, this is the quick access button here to mess with your driver's assistance, which include lane keeping assist, lane steering assist, also your heads-up display. You can also lower and raise this vehicle. Tesla does have adaptive suspension, so this car will lower and raise itself, as you guys can see there. You can also close that power shade from the infotainment system here. I'm surprised Mercedes didn't put it here in the center stack down here. But open up the center console here. It is double hinged. There's going to be 2 USB ports there. The center console does have a shallow amount of storage in there. It's going to be nice and padded here. The seats, they're supportive, they're comfortable, they're aggressively bolstered. I like the yellow stitching with the piping. There's also this AMG badge here. Like I mentioned, they're 3-level heated and cooled seats. They're really supportive and comfortable. There's this frameless mirror here. There's going to be LED lights throughout the cabin. There's also this sunglass holder here. And my Tesla does have this panoramic sunroof for $1,000. Open up the glove box here. My Tesla does have this large glove box. It does offer a lot of storage there. Overall, Mercedes did a fantastic job here on the E63, but let's hop into the back seat of the E63. So I'm sitting in the back seat here of the E63. Looking at the legroom, I don't have the final spec here for the actual legroom, but it looks like you're getting around 36 inches of legroom. This is where I have the seat to drive. I'm only 5'8", but shutting the door here of the E63 sounds pretty solid. My Tesla has these manual sunshade. I'm surprised to see that they're not actual powered sunshade, more of that beautiful leather and stitching with carbon fiber. Like I mentioned, my Tesla does have the beautiful ambient lighting with the metal speaker cover here, real metal door handle, just like the front seat. So all the materials from the front are carried over to the rear here. It's going to be dual mount pockets back here. You one on this side, one on that side, of course. 2 air vents back here. You can open and close them by using this little switch there. Opening this is going to be a household outlet down here, also with a 12 volt. The floor back here is not flat. You can definitely sit a middle passenger here, but this hump will intrude into the middle passenger seating here. And above, my Tesla does have this panoramic sunroof, but this bar does cut into the panel roof there, which is a $1,000 option. But looking at the armrest here, pulling it down, Mercedes does throw in some storage here, as you guys can see. Just a deep amount of storage. Also with these 2 over-engineered cup holders here, which I do like a lot that Mercedes-Benz offer. But overall, the back seat here of the E63 is not a bad place to sit. Now the hood open here for the 2021 AMG E63S sedan. Let's see what powers this thing. This has the company's bi-turbo 4-liter V8 engine. It makes 603 horsepower, 627 pound-feet of torque. Fuel economy is rated at 16 in the city, 23 on the highway, and 18 combined. And as the E63 sits, it weighs 4,600 pounds, and it comes standard with Mercedes 4-automatic all-wheel drive system. And this is paired with a AMG Speed Shift 9-speed multi-clutch transmission. It's a fire-breathing V8 engine, and whoever made this engine, they worked in Germany. Shout out to you for making this beastly V8 engine. Starting off in the 2021 AMG E63S sedan, my tester here has the company's 4-liter bi-turbo engine. It makes 603 horsepower and 627 pound-feet of torque, and it's paired with a AMG Speed Shift 9-speed automatic transmission. It's multi-clutch, of course. Fuel economy really quick here is rated at 16 in the city, 23 on the highway, and 18 combined. But of course, if you guys can afford this car, you don't care about the actual fuel economy here that the E63 offers. Ooh. And so far, just driving this thing, honestly, I'm just impressed automatically. My Tesla does have a heads-up display option, which is around $1,000. Give or take. Honestly, I would recommend going for the heads-up display. It does show a nice resolution. This does have Mercedes driver's assistance, which includes emergency braking with blind spot monitoring with rear cross traffic alert. So it does come with the Mercedes driver's assistance. Great visibility out of the E63 here. Decent sized mirrors and whatnot. So Mercedes does offer some really good driver's assistance. Like I mentioned, this does have the company's 4-liter bi-turbo engine. It is paired with a 9-speed speed shift automatic transmission. And just driving this thing, honestly, like you just want to put your foot to the floor because it makes over 600 horsepower. And it sounds pretty damn good. And this is with the car in comfort mode, not even in Sport Plus, but Mercedes does give you this little toggle here. You can put this either into Sport, Sport Plus, or race mode. And you will pick up speed pretty quick. If you have a prior history of speeding tickets, the E63S here is not a good solution because you will always want to put your foot to the floor here. But just driving this thing here, it's really good. If you put this thing in this actual comfort mode, it rides extremely well. Here in Miami, we're gonna have the best roads. So any pothole or any bump that you will hit here in the E63, it sucks it up just fine. God. The exhaust sounds pretty good. Like I mentioned, you will pick up speed really quick here. And this thing does have launch control, so once I get the opportunity, I'm going to use the launch control. Mercedes says 0 to 60 in 3.3 seconds. That's basically Tesla territory, which is great 0 to 60 timing. So if you always wanted to launch this thing or to brake boost it, you can definitely do so. But I have no complaints here from the E63S. This car offers a great cabin here. Mercedes does throw in these two 12.3-inch displays. I like that it has Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. It does have augmented reality. So if you say, hey, Mercedes, show me to the nearest gas station, and she will pop up throughout this video, because once you say, hey, Mercedes, she automatically comes on. Sometimes she does, sometimes she doesn't. And this car handles so good. It handles phenomenal. So if you always wanted to attack some back roads or to go on some twisty roads, you could do so in the AMG here. But just driving this thing drives like a rocket, legit on 4 wheels. You do a 0 to 60 here. Mercedes says 0 to 60 in 3.3 seconds. Let's see if that is really true. So foot on the brake, and I'm going to hold the accelerator. Oh God. If they say 0 to 60 in 3.3 seconds, I honestly believe them. This car has honestly a brutal launch control. I couldn't actually put it in this race start mode, so unfortunately I can't really feel the surge of torque, but just basically brake boosting it. But using the paddles here, I wish the exhaust was a little bit louder, but you can hear that whipping sound. It sounds fantastic. The seats in here, they're supportive, they're comfortable. I like the aggressive bolsters here. I like the yellow stitching and piping that my tester has. And like I mentioned, that 9-speed is really good. And this thing shifts so fast. In sport mode, it's like butter, like a hot knife through butter. Like, it shifts so freaking fast. Let's test the steering feel out here. I'm on this twisty back road here where I normally come film at. And honestly, just driving this thing handles so well. Like, I don't feel scared I'm gonna hit a tree or run into a wall, because the steering feel is just freaking fantastic. In the 9-speed, it's so beautiful to shift. Mercedes did a really good job with the 9-speed automatic. I'm always impressed by the transmission. It knows what right gear to be in. Like I mentioned, fuel economy in this car is rated at 16 in the city, 23 on the highway, and 18 combined. If you have the money to buy this car, you're not going to worry about fuel economy whatsoever, because this car is going to be really thirsty, especially if you drive like a maniac and you always want to put your foot to the floor. This car is going to basically eat through the gas like crazy, because it's a fire-breathing V8 and it always wants to basically get tossed around. You can definitely take this thing to the track, because this car can definitely handle it. Like I mentioned, the steering feel is wonderful. The seats in here are comfortable. The suspension feels really good. My Tesla also has adaptive suspension. You can lower and raise this car if you would like. But let's just do another run here really quick, just because we can. And I'm having too much fun. This interior, like I mentioned, is luxurious. But this is basically what I did before. Let's just do a brake boost, because the car won't let me do a race start. So foot on the brake and accelerate. No, I'm not gonna do a foot on the brake. I'm just gonna hit the accelerator. Talking about a surge of torque, that 9-speed is ridiculous. Like I said, it's like a hot knife through butter. This thing shifts so freaking fast. I just wish the race mode would start so I could basically feel the launch control. But just doing that like that, you can legit feel the surge of torque and the horsepower. So Mercedes did a really good job here, and this thing does offer great acceleration. Basically, it's a rocket on 4 wheels. So after spending time with the 2021 AMG E63 S Sedan, the E63 S Sedan offers a brilliant mix of stunning performance and luxury. So much does the E63 S Sedan cost? Starting price here for my Tesla at $107,500. This does have around $13,000 worth of options, which includes the carbon fiber, the panoramic sunroof, also the 20-inch AMG forged wheels. My Tesla here has an eye-watering price tag of over $128,175. Yes, that's a lot of money for Mercedes-Benz, but it's a sedan and offers bonkers 0 to 60 time and also bonkers performance, like I mentioned. I would give a special thanks to Mercedes-Benz of Cutler Bay for providing with the 2021 AMG E63 S Sedan. If you're on the market for an E63 S Sedan, you can come to Mercedes-Benz of Cutler Bay and ask for Lewis. He'll get you into a new, used, or pre-owned vehicle. Hope you guys have enjoyed my full overview on the 2021 AMG E63 S Sedan. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram at DriveOnReviews. If you guys want to support the channel, just check out the description box down below. And I'll catch you all in the next video.